Once upon a time, in a quiet neighborhood, there was a woman named Neha, a charming and confident 35-year-old who lived alone. Her house was always full of warmth, and she was well loved by her neighbors. Despite being successful in her career, she often felt a void in her heart, a sense of longing she couldn't quite describe. One day, Neha was preparing to host a dinner party for her friends. As she rushed to get everything ready, the doorbell rang unexpectedly. When she opened the door, she was surprised to see an unfamiliar man standing there, soaked in the rain. "Hi, I'm Aditya. I'm your neighbor's nephew. I was supposed to stay with them, but they were out of town. They mentioned you might help me out," he said with a hopeful smile. Neha was taken aback, but something about Aditya's kind eyes and warm demeanor made her welcome him in without a second thought. Little did she know, this stranger was about to change her life. Over the next few days, Aditya and Neha started spending more time together. They cooked meals, watched old movies, and shared stories about their lives. Neha found herself opening up to him in ways she hadn't with anyone else in years. Aditya, on the other hand, couldn't believe how comfortable he felt around her, like they had known each other for ages. As the days passed, a subtle tension began to grow between them. Aditya admired Neha's strength and grace, while Neha couldn't ignore how much Aditya made her laugh, something she hadn't done in a long time. The attraction was undeniable, but both were hesitant, unsure if they should cross the line from friendship into something deeper. One evening, as they were sitting on the porch, watching the sunset, Aditya turned to Neha and said, "I never expected to feel this way about someone so soon, but there's something special about you. I can't explain it." Neha felt her heart race. She had been thinking the same thing, but was too afraid to admit it. Taking a deep breath, she replied, "I feel it too, but it's complicated." Aditya smiled gently and said, "Take a chance on what feels right." In that moment, Neha realized that maybe it was time to take that chance, to stop holding back and let herself feel. Slowly, she leaned in, and they shared a tender kiss, both knowing that this was just the beginning of something beautiful. After that night, everything between Neha and Aditya seemed to shift. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, yet there was still an air of uncertainty. They spent hours talking about their dreams, their fears, and their past. Neha shared how she had closed herself off after a painful breakup years ago. Aditya listened intently, never pushing her for more than she was ready to share. One evening, while they were sitting in the kitchen, Aditya looked at Neha with a thoughtful expression. "You know, you were one of the strongest women I've ever met. You've built such a beautiful life, but it feels like you are always carrying this weight on your shoulders." Neha paused for a moment, feeling a lump form in her throat. She hadn't realized how visible her inner struggle was. Aditya's words touched her deeply. "I guess I've just gotten used to doing everything on my own," she said quietly. Aditya reached out, gently placing his hand over hers. "You don't have to do everything alone, Neha. Sometimes it's okay to let someone in, to share the load." His words echoed in her heart. For the first time in a long time, Neha felt like maybe she didn't have to be so strong all the time. Maybe, just maybe, it was okay to let someone be there for her. She smiled softly, a tear slipping down her cheek. But this time, it wasn't out of sadness, it was out of hope. The moment hung in the air, thick with unspoken emotion. Aditya leaned closer, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Whatever happens, I am here," he whispered. In that instant, Neha felt a sense of peace she hadn't known in years. Maybe this unexpected guest had come into her life for a reason. Maybe this was her second chance at love.